It's like a dream when I look back over the last 20 years together. Actually, it's 32 years since Kirby walked into my school with his ponytail and his attitude. He epitomized the quintessential rebel, the kind you'd find in tales of outlaws, wanted dead or alive. We started dating and I soon became the fiercely protected only female amongst Kirby's fearless band of brothers. My dad humorously was convinced I had allied with a gang of pistol-wielding renegades. But for the first time ever, at the age of 15, I was in love. And I was committed. I had never met anyone like Kirby. There was just something so special about him. He had this depth, a fearlessness, strength. My world of sunshine collided with his world of chaos, and we became the untouchables. Well, or so we thought.
Kirby? What can I say about Kirby? Well, he's one in a million. I'm blessed with good fortunes to have a good friend like Kirby. I know that Kirby, one thing about Kirby is that he'll do anything for a friend. And when the chips are down, he'll always be there for you.
Okay, so my turn to go back to the beginning. I'd had an eye on Fiona for a long time, but so many of my friends were putting a line in at the same time. But then it got super close to home. So I had to wait until all had tried and got turned down. My schoolboy strategy at that time was typical but deadly. Discount, show no interest, and then go for the kill. I got the opportunity when Fiona's best friend asked me how much I would score each of them out of 10. The perfect opportunity to put the game in place. I lied with a straight face, placing her a point below her friend. I know, a bit lame, no? But it worked. So for the last 20 years, I've been making it up to her, putting away my schoolboy antics and reminding her every day for the last 20 years that she is the number one, the numbereka, Unos. Adding to the Joshua Caddison song, "You'll always be the most beautiful in my eyes." I knew she was the one right from the very beginning. I just didn't know how. God would have to work that one out. So many obstacles and impediments. My then girlfriend being one of them. But more than that, my personal and complex, deep, dark self. This was the biggest impediment. It was impossible to be faithful to one woman from where I came from. Masculinity meant marking his territory. The problem is, what does territory mean? A man in my grid was full of tests and not lacking zest for the conquest, if you know what that means. Fiona, on the other hand, was loyal to the core and believed in who I was before I became who I am. What is special about Fiona after 20 years? Well, 32 years later, 20 of them invoked a different type of man. A man who understands that to be a real man, his words must have the power to tame the wildest of beasts. More than breaking wild stallions and waging war, more than following the next captain or general to an unfathomed shore, it was more important to recognize a resolve and loyalty that puts a warrior to shame, true courage and impenetrable protection and wisdom that has stood by my side, without which I would have died. No captain I knew has led a charge like she has forged a way through persecutions, accusation, and violent men's barrage. Fiona has been the most steadfast institution I've ever known. Her tone has not changed, her ways have not wavered, her big googly eyes still look at me as deeply as she first gazed at me, believing for the best of me to come forth. Her smile, as wide as the sun, still beckons me to go beyond rookie ranks, to recognize that true power is not the unbound wild force of vitriol's feast, or when steel meets steel on a bloody battlefield, but the everyday example of a yes being yes and a no being no. The real deal happens at my home over a simple meal. My warrior, Moana, the one who tamed the beast, Fiona, and showed me the path of the warrior priest.
So here are my thoughts about Fiona Lanerolle. Now, Mrs. Kirby Dinara. Her hair is much nicer than Kirby's. Moving on to Kirby. Just kidding. There's much more to say about Fiona. The definition of the word rocker is constantly evolving. The upgraded version in the Oxford Dictionary brings surprise to few, clarifying rocker by adding Fiona's photograph to the literal definition.
So what's so special about Kirby now 20 years later? Well, 20 years on, in some ways, he's not the same person. But in many ways, he is. Kirby is a driving force, hardworking, intense, sacrificial. He has purpose and he has goals. He knows how to have fun, thank God. He's not moved by fear or people's judgment. But most of all, he loves God. He loves people. And he loves me. Why 20? Why celebrate at 20? Why not 25? Well, 20 years is worth a celebration, I think, don't you? Not just 20 years of Kirby and Fiona, but to celebrate life, union, progress, fortitude, friendship. The friendships we make along life's journey, those that surround us, those we don't see as often as we'd like, and the ones that we won't ever see again until we end our days on earth, but we know are with us always in spirit.
You are the sun, you are the rain, and makes my life this foolish game. You need to know I love you so, and I do it all again.
Well, to be married to someone the whole of your life is not easy. People talk a lot about the struggles of trying to stay faithful. But Fiona and I would say the even greater challenge is actually to stay committed, to see through to the end, to remember your vows and to hold true to them, despite the inevitable challenges that life brings your way.
No matter how perfect a wife
Or husband,
we know we could never have made it if it was not for our faith in God, who has blessed us with these amazing 20 years. We are grateful for every moment we have together, every breath of life, our family, all the beautiful friendships we have made along the way. And last but not least, our church community, WOWLife, who give us purpose and a reason to live for something greater than ourselves.
here's to 20 years and to every one of you who's here to celebrate with us.
You